So here we are, part 3. What a crazy week it's been. It went from minus 10 last weekend to 50s, 60s, and sunny this weekend. So I was able to take advantage of the nice weather, open the shop doors, and get some adequate ventilation in here. So being able to open the shop doors kind of dictated how I approached removing the adhesive off these shells. So what I did with these was just paint stripper. I applied the paint stripper to all the shells, came back, scraped off as much adhesive as I could get off, and then repeated that process about 3 times. So while I had the paint stripper out, I even managed to get my hoops done. So these will just get a light sanding and then they'll be ready for paint. So being able to use the paint stripper made short work of the sanding. I just had to go over all the shells lightly. So these are pretty much prepped for wrap. All I have to do is give them a quick wipe down with some lacquer thinner, let that dry, then I can apply the new adhesive. So before I get to the wrap, I need to straighten out a wonky edge on this bass drum and touch up a couple others. You can do it after you wrap and cut the wrap and the edge at the same time. I prefer to hand file the edge of the wrap in, just like they did back in the day. So before I get to taking care of these edges, I'll throw in a clip of how I got to this point. Let me just show you guys what I mean by wonky edges. You don't even need a flat surface. If you just eye this edge, you can tell it's got some ups and downs. I do have a flat surface that I check everything on, but you guys don't need to see my half-done kitchen. So I don't know how well the camera is going to pick this up, but even just sighting it, you can see the dips in this edge. So what I do on repairs like this is I take a pencil and run it all the way around the edge. I don't do this on new edges, new drums, just pretty much with repairs. Gives you a good sight line on how much you need to take off, so you don't take off too much. And I do check it on a flat surface in between, but as I said previously, you guys don't need to see my half-done kitchen. So my sanding table is only 24 inches wide. That's okay though, because the whole drum doesn't need to be on there at the same time. You just want to make sure you go smooth and evenly. So you can see this only needed a couple spins and almost all the pencil marks gone except for a couple little areas. So we'll give it a couple more spins and then I'll have a nice true flat edge to put a round over on. So it's looking a lot better, but there's still a little bit of pencil on there. So what I do is I spin it a few times, check it, spin it a few more times, check it. I don't want to take more than I have to off the shell. So you can see, now I got a nice true flat edge to work with. I can put my new round over on. You know, this one doesn't have it, but if there's a little nick, don't try to chase it. Anytime you try chasing something, you end up doing more damage than actually fixing it. So if it had a nick, this one doesn't, I would just fill it and then go from there. So I got my router table set up. I have an 1/8 inch round over bit in there. These old Ludwigs didn't have the huge baseball bat style round over edge you'd see today. It was just a really slight round over. I used a scrap piece of shell to dial it in. So I'm ready to route some edges. You just want to make sure you keep constant and even pressure on the router bit as you go around. So while I'm at it, I might as well just touch them all up. So as you can see, these shells had a 45-degree inside chamfer. This is my 45-degree bit. So on this inside chamfer, I bring the bit up just so it's touching the inside re-ring. You'll see if it starts to lift it up, you've gone too far. Bring it back down, and then I'll adjust as I go. So here they are, all brand new edges, top and bottom. I replicated the Ludwig edge, identical to what they did back in the day. Hopefully it's a little better than what they would have done back in the day. Not talking crap about Ludwig. I love Ludwig drums, obviously. Slingley and Gretsch, they all had their issues. I've seen wonky edges on all of them. So next I'll be hand sanding these smooth, really smooth. And then after that, it's just the wrap the hoops and the bright work. Getting to the finish line. As always, thanks for watching. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. I'm off to take a shower and get rid of some of this dust. Take care.